sold 5 more candy bars than Ashley. So we already have 2 people. We've got Brittany and we have Ashley. Alright. Tyler sold twice as many candy bars as Brittany. So now we have Tyler too. If there were 39 candy bars sold by Ashley, Brittany, and Tyler, which equation below would represent this relationship? Okay, so they start off by saying Brittany sold 5 more than Ashley. Do we know how many Ashley sold? No. So that's going to be our first variable, Ashley, because we don't know how many she sold. But we know that Brittany sold 5 more than that, so how can I write that? A plus 5, good. Alright, and then Tyler sold twice as many. What does that mean I'm doing? 2 times as many as Brittany. And what did we say Brittany was? A plus 5. Alright, so this right here, what would I need to do to simplify it? Distribute. So I've got 2 times A, which is good. And then I've got 2 times 5, which is good. Alright. Before we can pick one of these equations, it looks like they combine their like terms, right? So we're going to do that too. So I've got A, and 2A. And then I have 5 and 10. 15. So that would mean this second one is our equation, right? So 4A plus 15 equals those 39 candy bars that they were selling. All right. All right. So, yeah, today we are talking about what we need to do if there are variables on both sides of the equal sign. So far we haven't had to do that. But today's could also include some of the things we previously done, like distributive properties, combining like terms. So keep those things in mind. Alright, so on number 1, if I'm trying to get k by itself, I need to get all the k's together. How would I do that? Okay. So I'm going to subtract 2k from each side. So I have 6k minus 2k.
4k.
So I have 4k minus 3 equals 13.
6 always 4. The answer is 4.
So what do I need to do next? So 13 plus 3 is good. Good. And we do get 4. Okay. On number 2, I've got to make sure all the ones that have the variable p with them are on the same side. So what do you guys want to do first? Okay, good idea. That way we can keep it positive. Okay, so I have 8 equals, what is 0.4 plus 0.2? Good. So I got 0.6p minus 10. Good. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So I've got 18 is equal to 0.6p. Good. So we don't want a decimal. Yeah, it does come out nice and neat, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't have my calculator open. But it should just be 30. Yeah. But if you did get a decimal, we would just leave it as a fraction, right? And if your calculator gives you a decimal, remember to go back to a fraction. You just press math, enter it. Alright. Number 3. Before I can start moving stuff, what do I have to do on this one? Good. Yeah, combine our like terms. So 7c and negative 2c are going to give us pause. So we got a positive 7 minus 2. It is positive. So what's 7 minus 2? 5. So we have 5c minus 14, right? Okay, hold on just a second. So I just brought this down. That's all I did over here, right? And over here, we had 7c and negative 2c. But before we can move anything, we got to combine our like terms. And 7 minus 2 gave us 5. Okay? After the fact. Okay, so to save us a step, we combine before we move. Okay? Alright, but now I do need to move the c. So I'm going to move 5c over here. So I subtract 5c from both sides. And 8c minus 5c leaves me with, we got 3c plus 1 equals negative 14. Then what? Minus 1. So 3c equals negative 15. Those are all negatives. Okay? This. Then we divide, and we do end up with c equals negative 5. Alright? Okay, so that combining like terms, that's something we've been working on the past few days, right? Make sure you combine before you move. So what is number 4 asking us to do? What do we have to do? What is that? Distribute. There we go. Good job. So I've got negative 7 times t and negative 7 times positive 1 equals negative 10t plus 3. Okay. Yeah, we got to combine our like terms first. So I've got a positive 5 and a negative 7. What is 5 minus 7? Negative 2. Good. So I've got negative 7t minus 2 equals negative 10 plus 3. Okay, then what do I want to do? Okay, well, let's move our variable first. Okay, so do we want to move the 7 over here or the 10 over here? Probably the 10 because it's going to keep our variables positive, right? So to move the 10t, I would have to add it because it's negative. So I'm going to add 10t to both sides. And negative 7 plus 10 gives me, so I've got 3t minus 2 equals 3. Then what do I want to do? Good. So I end up with 3t equals, good. And then my last step would be to, good. Yes, because we don't want to leave it as a decimal. We will have that our answer is just 5 over 3. Good job. All right. So what are we supposed to do when our problems look like this? Awesome. So on both of these, we're going to need to cross multiply. All right. So when I cross multiply, that means I'm going to have to multiply when I go this direction 6 times the whole bottom part there, right? So make sure you put it in parentheses. M plus 15. Very good. So he said this direction will have 3 parentheses m plus 9. Alright, so now what do I have to do before I can start moving stuff? Good. So 6 times m will give me And 6 times 15?
90.
Good. Alright, and I also have to distribute over on the right side. So 3 times m. And what would 3 times 9 be? Now we can start moving stuff left and right. So I want to put my variables together first. So what should I move? Okay. Subtract 3m from both sides. Now what is 6m minus 3m? So I have 3m plus 90 equals 27. Okay, so what do I need to do now? Good. Okay, so I have 3m. What is 27 minus 90? So I'll have negative 63, and then I just... Awesome. So I did get m is negative 21. The harder way? Well, you could move, like you could have moved the 6m over here, and that's totally fine to do that. I just did it this way because that way I could keep my variable positive. But it doesn't matter which way you go. Okay, so on number 6, when I multiply this direction, I've got negative 1 times d minus 1 is equal to 3 times d plus 2. We got to distribute. When I distribute that negative 1, all that really does is change my signs, right? So I'll have negative d plus 1. Good. And over here, I'm going to have... Good. All right, now what should I do? Good. Trying to keep our variable positive, so I'll have 1 equals...
4d plus 6.
Awesome. Right. And 1 minus 6 gives us...
Negative 5.
Good. So I have negative 5 is equal to 4d.
Can you do it? D equals negative 5 over 4. But you change it to a positive, so it'd be 5 over 5. 5 over 5 over.
Yep. We just leave it just like this. So d equals negative 5 over 4. Okay. All right. What? You're not doing copying that yet?
I was reading the next question.
You what?
I was reading the next question.
Okay. Well, the next question is our word problem. So it says, Rachel and Amanda are planting tulip bulbs. Rachel has planted 45 bulbs and is planting at a rate of 30 bulbs per hour. Amanda is planting at a rate of 36 bulbs per hour and has planted 27 bulbs. How long will it take Rachel and Amanda to plant the same number of bulbs? Well, same, this part right here. Right. Right, we're going to have Rachel equal to Amanda, so we basically, yes, we just need to plug in the information they gave us for each girl. So for Rachel, they said she's already planted how many? And she's also planting at a rate of?
30x.
Right, 30 variable, whatever letter you want to use. Okay. Then for Amanda, she's planting at a rate of? 36. Right, got to put an X with her 36 because that's her per hour. And then she already has planted 27. Okay? So So now I just need to solve. So what do we want to do first?
37.
So to keep our variable positive, I'd move the 30 over. So I do have 45 is equal to 6x plus 27. Good. So I have 18 equals 6x. So it means that after how many hours? 3. So 3 hours. But that's not all they asked us. So they did say how long will it take, and we found out 3 hours. But then they say how many bulbs would that be? We gotta plug it or substitute, right? So yeah, we just need to plug that in for each girl's information. So for Rachel, that would have been 45 plus 36 times 3. Oh, 30 for her. Thank you. Okay, so we're plugging in because we now know that it's 3 hours that they were going for. 30 times 3 would be plus 45. Okay. Okay. And then Amanda, we said that Amanda was 36 times our x, which we know is 3, plus 27. What do I get there? 135, which makes sense because we said that we were going until these two were the same. So it would be 3 hours and 135